Welcome to the Love to RV Alaska Tour number 19. Exploring Fairbanks, Alaska and other areas. We check out a stern wheel ferry boat. And this happens to be downtown, outskirts of Fairbanks, Alaska. That's what we're cruising by. The right hand side happens to be a hospital. And they did have Costco's and everything else in between. It's a fairly big city. It is 32 square miles long, population of about 32,000 in the city, but the urban area is almost to 95,000. And in the summer months, it grows to 200,000 in the urban areas because of tourism and facilities are open up in the summer, fishing and other good things to do around there. Just a regular old community. I like Fairbanks over most of the other cities as a big city. This is the more like the downtown. They have a lot of food, of course, a couple of breweries in town. Enjoy the ride through literally downtown Fairbanks. And this is the 50 state bridge, they call it, with all the 50 flags. This is a park we walked around in. It's literally on the riverbank. You want to hit the lady in the white hat. And we're going to get ready to go back over the bridge. And there's the Catholic Church there on the corner. And there's more pictures of the bridge. The next day's adventure. We hopped on a bus to get ready to head. This was our group. Headed to the Go Dredge number 8 National Historic District in Fairbanks, Alaska. We talk about the pipeline first of all. That is the pipeline going through the certain section of. So here's some pipeline facts. It's 800 miles long. The pipe is 48 inches in diameter. It was built for $8 billion in 77. March 75 they started, completed in May of 77. And these are the pillars that it actually slides on. It does move feet during the months it's insulated. It's weird that thing actually moves that much. And these are called pigs that go inside to help clean them and to help flow the product through. Then we hop on a train ride and get some information on how they dug up the gold. This is doing it by hydraulics. They had big reservoirs in the back, and they used pumps and big hoses. This is how you will gold mine.
Rocks grinding on the bottom of your pan. So you hear that grinding, that means everything's nice and loose. You then want to start to carefully tip the pan away from you as you shake side to side.
Well, they're showing us a demonstration because we are going to pan for gold also. And that is actually gold. Gold!
All right, how about the hands on the cruise?
And we thank the personnel. The train takes us to the dredger. Way to the side we get off. And we have an opportunity to pan for gold.
So they can begin again as early as possible in the spring. Folks, we had a little clutch of ducklings just stop an entire train load of people.
Here we are panning for gold. Believe it or not, one partner's actually had ended up getting $74 worth of gold, and Trina and I got $34 worth of gold in our little panning exercise. Well, panning for gold. There it is, some gold. And that was the biggest chunk of gold they found out here in those parts. And this is the dredger. Looks like a little eyes are smiling at us. The controls of the dredger. We're actually considered in Fox, Alaska. Just outside of Fairbanks. Some of the gearing and motors broke. It's a big deal how this thing actually works. Well, next day we get to do a Stern Wheeler Riverboat Cruise, Susan Butler Ski Center, and a float plane demonstration. But before you get on this big ship, you got to go through the shops and the shops and the shops. Great t-shirts. This is a little memorial they had for Susan Butcher. She was a American dog musher, the second woman to win the Iditarod trail ride in 1986. She won it 4 times in the 90s. And in 2006, she did pass away from leukemia, but her legend and her dogs and her team still exist today. After the boat tour, we had a dining hall experience, and we had great food in here also. Get your Harley Davidson bike here. Get your Harley Davidson bike. That bike was $150,000. It's special. So anybody wants to buy a bike for $150,000, there you go. And they had some great salmon spreads. Of course, they had Christmas all year long. But the store was pretty big. Of course, all these touristy stuff. We did buy one of the pictures over there. And that's the ship. It's a stern-wheeled riverboat. Carries 250 people. That's the back of the stern-wheeled riverboat. Most of our group there. Cruising the Chinook River. Beautiful house alongside. We had a female captain piloting the vessel. There was a float plane demonstration also. We took off and landed. Of course, I was on the wrong side of the vessel to get some good pictures. This was the Susan Butcher family estate, and the husband giving a tour about the dogs and how they get trained. You notice the dogs are all hooked up. They're hooked up to a ATV. They're all ready to go. They're excited. They have a 2-mile track that they could run around in, and they rotate the dogs every day to keep them exercised, because these dogs do the Adirondack Trail. And there they go. They're off and running. Put their neutral, and there you see them right there.
Speed as they go, and every other dog in the yard kind of freaking out.
Lake over there. It's one of the helpers. It's probably one of the daughters. And training the little guys to become dog mushers. And we got a reindeer on the other side that came out. And this young lady was showing us salmon, how they smoke it. This is on the river cruise.
Would be summoned to the tassel sea all along the carpet. Their wolverine tipped with timber wolf, and this is my Bitsu told me that a single
let a few more people come on over before I get started. Animal shelter. This next year I ran it, which was this past February. I was 15 and I ran it with a group of trail breaker dogs. The first year I ran it, we finished in 11th place, and then this past year we finished in 8th place. Next year I'm gonna run it again with trail breaker dogs, and we're shooting for top 5.
So keeping the legacy of the Susan Butcher Trail Kennels alive and American mushers. Some dogs like, I don't want to come out and play today. And that's fine, she says. But the young lady was very great at what she did. And like she said, she definitely was doing some of the trails this last couple of years. That was a moose, if you didn't know, but that was a fake moose. And he had a nice lake, the Stars and Stripes with the Alaska flag. We had a couple of museums. See the sunrise and sunsets. And a couple of museum items. Of course, you got the bald eagle. Campsite for people go out to camp. What they might carry with them. And of course, these guys run around once in a while. The grizzlies might interfere with your camping needs. Just a lot of. And sometimes, if it depends where you're at, you have polar bears with going after the seals. And the coyotes are kind of like, I'm out of here. Trying to read up on the polar bears, where they're located and where they go to. The Native American Indian or American natives items. This was actually an outhouse. Someone decorated very unique that they restored there. We're learning some of the native items. This was a whale. It's a look from the top of the hill looking out in Fairbanks. And thank you for watching our videos. Stay tuned for more videos to come. Subscribe, comment, and like.